Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to my Bookie Babe book review series here on my channel. I'm Caitlin, your geeky girlfriend. Make sure, if you don't already, you go follow me on Instagram at your geeky girlfriend, where you will find fashion tips, unboxing videos, and links to these book reviews and movie reviews. I also have great collabs going right now, so make sure you go check out my highlights on my story if you're not already a follower. Go ahead and check that out. Make sure also that you are a subscriber to this channel because you'll get updated on all of my new videos if you turn on your notifications for me. So that would be great as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I'm going to be reviewing another book by my favorite author. If you've watched any of my videos so far, you know that that is Sarah Dessen. I do have I don't have in my possession all of her books, but I have read everything that she's produced. And the one I'm going to show you today and review today is Just Listen. This one is kind of a sister novel with this lullaby, because there's one incident in this novel where they interact with characters from this lullaby. So this is the only time that her stories have ever intertwined, although most of them take place in the South Carolinian town, and most of them are like beach towns. This one is an exception. It does not take place near a beach, but this story follows Annabelle, a teen. All of her novels are teen girls, but Annabelle is actually a model who has a sister that's suffering from an eating disorder, and she kind of has some family and friends drama going on. And she meets this guy named Owen, and Owen introduces her to his band and his bandmates. One of which is a character from this lullaby. So if you've read that one, you remember who that is. But she kind of gets wrapped up in his carefree, more like rock star, roadie lifestyle with his music obsession. And she learns to like listen to herself, listen to her inner voice and what she wants to do, not what everyone else tells her to do. So as a model, she constantly has all this pressure to look a certain way, do a certain thing. And she kind of is, as a teen, she kind of has it all. I mean, she has this modeling gig. She's being paid to wear these fancy clothes and go to, these vacations and these trips with all these other models. But it's a lot of pressure for a teen. And so Sarah Dessen really covers that pressure really well. She covers the impact of a family eating disorder, especially on a model. And she kind of covers like the steps of getting over an eating disorder, because Annabelle watches her sister like come out and engage in new hobbies and start to engage and interact with food again in a healthy way. And so that's kind of interesting coming from the perspective of a model who is told that, your hips are too big and this shirt is too small. Or this shirt is too big. We need to give you a smaller one that cups your breasts. Like things like that are what she's being told as a model, and which can be really devastating and have a really big impact on your mental health. So this book, we've talked a lot about Sarah Dessen's books in these reviews, how she handles a lot of emotions. And in this book, she really deals with like self-image, pressure, and mental health, and the psychological impacts that come with, in today's society, that could come with social media, being like an influencer and ambassador, and how important it is to like step back when you need to step back and take care of yourself and engage in things that make you happy, not what other people want you to engage in. So this is kind of, we don't have as much of like the grief, we don't have as much of the loss or the trauma in this book. This one deals with more of like the present things that go on that can impact you. So that's kind of a difference with this one from some of her other ones. This one is good. I read this one years and years ago, so I don't remember too many of the details of it. I did like that this one interacts with this lullaby, because this lullaby is one of my favorites. And so it was interesting to read this one after I read this one just after this lullaby. And it was interesting to see how the two stories intertwined. We've said this before, Sarah Dessen, every single one of her books is good. There's not a bad one in the bunch. But overall, I'd probably give this one like a 7 or a 7.5. It is not my favorite. It kind of blends into the background in terms of some of her standout novels, in my opinion. There are definitely ones that are much better, much easier, not easier to read. This one was an easy read. I read it quick. I read it probably when I was in middle school or high school. So I've read it a long time ago, but I still remember a lot of the details of it. And even still, just like picking it up and reading a few pages just before this video, I was like, oh yeah. And it was pretty easy for me to remember where the storyline went. So in terms of all of Sarah Dessen's book, this one does kind of slide into the background. For me, it was not one that I would immediately like cross my mind as, oh, my favorite, or even one that I remember right off top. Some of the other ones that I remember right off top are Someone Like You, Lock and Key, and That Summer. So those are this one for me, the events of the story kind of ran together with some of the other ones. But still a great read. Definitely great for younger teens, older teens, young adult women. This is a great book because, like I said, it does deal with like the psychological impact of today's social media, or if you are in any way in the public eye, kind of how that can impact you. And dealing with an eating disorder, I think, is really something that a lot of people don't talk about, and she addresses it beautifully in that novel. So I would give Just Listen a 7 out of 10 for like a must read. Like I said, not my favorite of hers. It's good. All of her books are good. They're all solid choices. If you found this one like on clearance somewhere and wanted to pick it up, it'd definitely be worth that. I think you can order it brand new from her website. I'm pretty sure you can order all of her books from her website. And if it's something that, I obviously don't know what your interests are, but if you're into main characters that are models, or somebody struggling with an eating disorder, that might be a good book for them to read. And it is a fiction novel. So, like I said, not my favorite, not my least favorite, kind of just falls in the middle, and it kind of slips back to the background if you don't actively like have it on your shelf in front of you. 7 for Just Listen, Sarah Dessen. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Your Geeky Girlfriend. Check out my collabs and all pictures of all the books that I have reviewed are there. So if you ever miss a video, you can scroll back through my posts and see where you can find the review and what you missed. And also make sure that you subscribe to this channel because we've got more book reviews and movie reviews coming at you very soon. And so until then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.